I feel like that's held us back. I do think Yabusele on a lesser level has held them back. Now, if I'm saying something as a team, it's just defensive intensity for 4 quarters. I think offensively they're fine. They're one of the best in the league. Same thing like last year. It's just the 4 quarters defensive intensity, and there's a little bit feels like a malaise that they don't have that fight that they had at times last year. But again, going into the playoffs, I said the same thing, and they played a whole different brand of basketball come May and June.
Yeah, we beat the Celtics. I mean, who had that last year, right? And that's why last year was so disappointing because we really should have beat the Pacers. Let's be honest. And if that Halliburton 3 doesn't go in, we're probably talking we made the finals last year.
100%. I knew it the second it went in. Like, I hate to be that guy. The Met fan in me came out. I was like, this series is over. Like, that is something you don't recover from.
No, it was done. It's weird. It's again, I don't know. I really don't know what the ceiling is. I don't like. I guess I want to say finals and everything comes through, but I don't know if I'd be being truthful if I'm saying that. Just because I don't know if Cat is really going to be back. But again, maybe he comes into the playoffs and he turns into what he was last year in the playoffs. He was pretty good in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, he had a couple of big games in each series. Well, the Pacers series not as much, but he had a big game in that Pistons series that kind of saved them. Against the Celtics, he played really well. And at times, Mitchell Robinson was able to, mask Cat's defensive deficiencies. And that's not just all on Cat. Brunson, I do think there's more effort from Brunson, but he stinks on defense. So at times that hurts them. I don't know. And also, if they make a trade and they get rid of Cat, I will be happy. I also will still feel like they might be a year away from again competing for a title because you're mixing in new pieces. If you're making a move you're making a move to get rid of Cat, you're switching it up. And I think the stat is every team that's won the title has had
like 2 or 3 years together.
Yeah, I think that was the stat I saw the other day. I have to double check that, but like that also I think is valid because even the Miami Heat with LeBron, they needed that second year before they really kicked it in the drive.
I mean, I think that's been the case in the post-super team era, post-KD Warriors era. It's been a team that's been together, and they kind of just put that last piece in it, And look at all the teams. Who was it? First, it was Kawhi in 2019, and the Lakers, I guess, AD. 2021 was the Bucks, and they
were together for a while.
Right. And then 2022 is Golden State, 2023 Boston. 2023 Denver, Boston, and then OKC.
Yeah.
So it's not
all of those teams have been together for a long time. Kawhi got added at the deadline. Outside of that, you probably can't find a team that's had, two. I guess KD is the one outlier outside of that Kawhi one is KD going to the Warriors and them winning in that first year. That's it.
But that was that team was built. They came off 7
they already were champions.
Yeah.
Actually, to be fair, they already were champions. So a lot different. The Pistons. I think that the stat was since that Rasheed Wallace trade, that was the first time a team made a move in season besides Kawhi to win a title.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
I have to go double check. And I'm talking about big move, not like a bench piece, like a guy who came in and was instantly in the starting lineup playing 30 minutes a night. I do think that this year, Boston, I think, is a legit threat. I don't think they're better than the Knicks. I think the Pistons are a team that, if I'm picking right now, picking them over the Knicks.
I agree.
And that's the one thing. And then you get to the finals and you figure it out. My whole thing was they had to get to the finals this year. Otherwise, it felt like a disappointment. And the next year, Halliburton's back. Tatum's back. The Heat are probably going to add somebody. There's going to be all these pieces that get better, and the Knicks will be a year older with a bunch of guys who are not. They're not young. They're not old. But they're not young.
Let me ask you this, because I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I go down these rabbit holes and everything like that. So I think to myself, if it doesn't work this year, and let's say we it doesn't work, we get knocked out by the Pistons or something, underachieving. Do you think there's a possibility that Leon Rose goes, or do you think he's here to stay? I mean, because you were there with Dolan, so you would probably have a better feel than I would.
I don't think Leon Rose is in trouble unless they don't get back to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think if they get back to the Eastern Conference Finals and lose, he's on the hot seat. I think if they get to the finals, what are you doing? You're not getting. They've improved that 2 years in a row. I think anything short of getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, it's got to be on the table. I'm also a big believer in. I don't think you're doing better than Leon Rose right now when it comes to building a basketball organization.
Well, the 5 picks is the only thing.
Right, and I do think you could find that anywhere. I also think that, like, it's a valid criticism. I still trust the majority of what he's done. The 5 picks, Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier. Those are the 3 things.
Not tanking that year.
Yeah, that's fair.
That year they should have tanked before Brunson.
Yeah,
they should have just sat everybody and tanked, and they would have got like the 7th pick or something. We could have had like Shaedon Sharpe would have been on the team.
It's fair. I think it's a fair criticism. And I think those are the 3 things I hold against him. Otherwise, like I was okay. I didn't dislike Tibbs. I was okay with moving on from him, and all the other moves I've been a part of. The move in the moment that I killed, I was wrong about. I hated the OG trade at first.
Oh, really?
And I couldn't have been more. He's one of my favorite players on the team now.
Right.
Like I liked.
I loved it because I hated RJ. I couldn't stand him.
Well, it's more.
I couldn't wait to get on from him.
Yeah, and they've been right. They've nailed it.
That was perfect.
Nailed that trade.
Oh my goodness.
And I thought they gave up too much, and they gave up the right amount. And you would have had to pay Quickly, who is a good player. He's not worth what he's getting paid. And you had Deuce making 20% of what he's making right now. I trust him. I don't know, though, because you know how it is. We've watched this go on for years where we think they've kind of gotten a good regime and they blow it up. Or somebody retires and they bring in someone who ruins the whole situation. I would say short of them getting eliminated before the Eastern Conference Finals, no. Eastern Conference Finals means he's on the hot seat next year.
Yeah.
If they get to the finals, he's got to be safe. Now, I want to ask you this. If they don't get to the finals, actually, you know what? If they don't win the NBA title, what do you think their pivot is? Or is it we're going to keep building along this team and hope that this is the core?
This team ain't it, Anthony. I'm sorry. If you don't win this year, it's just not it. It's just not it. You can't have 2 guys and 2 of your top paid guys that can't play defense. I mean, when have we ever seen an NBA champion with 2 guys that literally don't play defense? And I'm being fair. I mean, it's usually 1.
Yeah, I think, and 2. Even with those Warriors teams, not the KD ones, where Steph was a liability defensively, they had Clay, who was elite ball.
They had the help.
They had Draymond. I think the Knicks have that help.
If Andre Iguodala.
Right, exactly. If you can't win with that help, then you have to make a change. And I'm sorry, there's one guy on the team that's Teflon that should not go anywhere, and it's Brunson. Then the rest of the team, or not the rest, but like Cat is the de facto, odd man out. McHale, odd man out. If they have to get rid of Josh at that point, that's different. Right now, I don't want to get rid of him. They don't win a title, or they don't get to the finals. I'm ready to make a move for anybody but Brunson.
Yeah. I wish I could tell you who it was. Because normally, again, to match everything up, we know we got to match the contracts. That's easy. But really, to get a superstar, you need picks. And we just don't have them. Now, in the summer, we'll have 2 to trade. And then you're talking about probably trading all our swaps. I mean, I don't even know if I want to be in that position. No, maybe try to, I want to try to get rid of Cat and get something back where no more picks, no more swaps, because let's say we're really bad in a couple of years, you might have to break this thing up before it's too late, and you want to break it up the way Oklahoma City broke it up, right? Yeah. After Paul George and Carmelo Anthony and whoever, Westbrook didn't work, they just traded them, but they got a haul back for it. I mean, look at what they got for Paul George and Westbrook. They got holes. Like, that's the way to rebuild. Like, so if
and you're not getting a discount from Brunson again. Like, I think we're also, that's the other thing is too. Brunson literally I get it. He's going to make the money back probably elsewhere. He's probably getting paid on the side, but he really took a discount.
Why on the table?
Yeah. He's probably got a Kawhi, whatever that is with the owner there. we're not getting that again. And it would feel like it's not his fault. He left money on the table. He has been okay with them bringing a guy that many people thought was better than him in Cat. They're not. You're right. If they don't win something in the next 2 or 3 years, you're not going to have a second iteration of Brunson. You're going to have to decide: are we going to blow it up? Maybe you just keep Brunson and you blow it up, or are they going to have to completely go through a teardown?
Or do you start your rebuild by trading Brunson? Now I know I'm going like a couple.
I don't even want to think about that. Yeah,
but what if you get 5 picks back for him and a bunch of young players? Then it's like, okay, I could live with this. Like, if we're not going to win a championship with Brunson, and again, I'm not talking this year, maybe after next year, then I'm going to say he could go.
Well,
I know but I'm just being calculated.
Yeah, I think that at that point, they're not going to have Cat. You're going to have money off the books at that point. They would probably move on from guys before they moved on from Brunson. I do think that wouldn't be where they. And the thing is, he is going to be 33 at that point, 32.
Well, now, how old is he now? Is he 30?
I thought he was 30. I might be wrong about that. Let's look it up. Let's see. He's 29. All right, so he's 31.
All right, so 2 more years.
There's more value there. I would say this: if they made a move and got rid of Cat now, and maybe Bridges, whatever it is, and they were able to bring back something, even if it's not Giannis, but they're bringing back something that, all right, the flexibility's there, we're getting better, and next year maybe we can make that move in the offseason that adds to that. I'd be okay with that because it's almost like you're not rebuilding, but you're pivoting before it gets too late. They can't wait forever to make that pivot either. Like what we were saying, if they don't make it to the finals this year, you have to make drastic changes before it's too late, and you have to make that tough decision on the face of the franchise. Like that's where it is. Like we're not in Oklahoma City. If you remember, Oklahoma City got Russell Westbrook to stay, and they were able at the time to convince Paul George to stay, and we thought it was the right move. It ended up being the right move because they got SGA.
Oh my God.
And that's why the young players are so valuable now, because everyone thinks they're going to get a diamond in the rough like SGA.
Right.
I don't know. And part of me does not like what we went through for all those years. And it sounds like a defeatist attitude. Part of me would rather just have Brunson right out into the sunset with this team, even if it meant us being like at the 6th seed or the 7th seed every year.
No, thank you.
Him go elsewhere because I don't know. I just right now the hope is that they could get this done this year, and we could be celebrating and laughing at this conversation in June.
Right.
I just don't know at this point. And Cat could prove us all wrong. If they don't make a trade at the deadline and Cat comes out guns blazing and looks like the talent he should be, he's got to be the most talented guy. Not effort, not what he puts on the court, but just his talent. He has to be the most talented guy that's ever played for this organization. He doesn't have the heart like any of these guys that we value and we love, whether it's guys on this team now or in the past. That's what holds him back. And maybe he comes out and proves us wrong, and we're laughing about this, and they're in the finals, or we're previewing a Thunder series or Spurs,
San Antonio,
whoever. Yeah. The Nuggets, if they figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, again, the league, the East is open. The West is even open too. Like if we get there, I mean, the Thunder are one injury away of maybe the Knicks. We beat them in a 7-game series. Yeah. You never know. I mean, look what happened. Look at Indiana. They almost won that series last year if Halliburton doesn't go down. But, we'll see. Are you good on time?
Yeah, I was going to just say, I got like 10 minutes if that's.
Okay, well, all right. You know what? You want to talk a little Mets then?
I do. I kind of wanted to.
All right, yeah. Let's transition into this. Enough with these Knicks. Where are you at with the Mets?
Dude, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm like completely bought in. I was 2 weeks ago completely out on this team and just lost all hope. They pivot to Bo Bichette, which I thought was a nice pivot. I think that a lot of these moves are short-term, but I love the Bo Bichette move. Love Peralta. Love Lou Bob. Like Luis Robert Jr. I know he's not a great player, but he's a guy that I've really enjoyed. I feel better about them now. Listen, I am not going to get over Diaz and Alonso anytime soon. It's not going to be something I get over. I can tell you this much. They go into the season and they start playing, if they're 40-20 after 60 games or 35 and 25 after 60 games, I'm going to be fired up. I feel good about the team. I never thought they were going to bring in a starting rotation piece like Peralta. I thought we were going to live with the guys we had. So that's made me excited. I feel like they've pivoted nicely. I don't think they're immensely better than last year because I think the bullpen is a problem. But I do think that I could go into the season with at least the expectations that they are a legitimate playoff team. But that's not enough, in my opinion. But I didn't feel like they were a playoff team 2-3 weeks ago before Bichette and Peralta were brought in.
Let me ask you this. I feel good about everything too, but my only hesitation is a lot has to go right. Like that starting rotation outside of Peralta and McLean, I'm still hesitant with because Kodai, Peterson, Manaea, they all I'm not saying they all got to come back, but 2 or 3 of those 3 got to come. Like we need them back. So that's where I'm still like, okay, we're better and we're a new team. We're under the Stearns leadership, but I don't know if I'm fully sold yet. I'm sold on the bullpen. I like the lineup. I like the, I like the bullpen. Yeah, and it's really good. I don't even care about losing Diaz anymore. I don't care. But the runners, the batting average runners in scoring position, all these guys now can hit. It won't be like last year. So my only hesitation is this rotation. So that's why I'm still like, okay, let me see what this is first before I start saying 90 wins or something crazy.
I think that's fair. I think with the rotation, my big thing was I didn't think they were going to get a front end guy. I think you got that front end guy. I think with Peralta, even if he's not an ace, he's not going to be much worse than like a number 2 starter on like the level of his talent. He was a safe bet. And
we didn't give up a haul to get him either.
No, I think Jet Williams is an injury-prone guy, and I think that scared Stearns because he was a guy who was supposed to be in the mix last year but couldn't finish the season healthy. Sproat was tough, but if you're getting rid of Sproat and you're bringing in Peralta, I make that trade because then Peralta's not going to really be a factor at the beginning of the year. I like McLean. I like Peralta. With Senga, Manaea, and Peterson, I think out of those 3, I do think Peterson and Manaea have the stuff that they are going to be viable, but I think Senga has the highest ceiling. Now, do I trust any of them? Yeah, but I'm not guaranteeing that they're going to be anything more than their worst last year. Senga's a little bit of a head case. I think Manaea is not going to be – I don't think he's healthy. Like, I think that injury you have is not something you ever fully recover from unless you get the surgery. He gets the surgery, and now it's like – I don't even know if he got surgery, but I know that.
No, I don't think he did.
Yeah, and that's an injury you have to live with. He always gave us a good first and second inning, and then he would tail off. They don't need that. They need a guy who could go at least 5 innings. Peterson, I like. I think we just relied on him too much, and at times they.
You think he's a 1/2 pitcher though?
No, I think. Well, I don't think he is as good as he was the first half last year. I don't think he's as bad as he was in the second half.
Okay.
I think there's enough good, more good than bad we've seen with him. It's just he is the guy that you have in that 3-4 slot in the rotation that is going to give you 6-7 innings, 3-4 run ball. Maybe at times he's giving you 5, but he's eating innings at those points. He's not an ace. I trust that. The problem is that can't be the guy you're relying on every 5th day to be your stopper, which he was last year for the first half of the year. And they were so afraid of the bullpen being overworked that there were games they were up 15 and they're trying to throw him 9 innings. And I'm like, this is the one time I don't want you to go deep with a guy.
Right.
Let him get a breather in the games we don't need him and then pitch him deep when we do need him. He's efficient, so I like that. My thing is Manaea and Senga are where they're going to live and die with the rotation because I trust Clay Holmes if he's even going to be full season. I don't know what the plan is in the rotation with 6 guys right now kind of on the books to be started.
Well, I guess it's to keep Senga on the 6-day rest, right? I mean, right. I guess that's what that is.
At that point, why are we doing that? Like, why are we still – it's his 4th year in the league. I know he's only pitched really 3 years. Why are we doing – or only 2 years, sorry. Why are we doing that still with him? Either the guy can pitch every 5th day or he can't. And he has to be relegated to the bullpen. And if he doesn't like that, then go somewhere else, like, at this point. And I'll put it this way. I have Senga's jersey. I really like the guy.
He's good.
I just am past the point of caring if I like someone or not. Like, I want to win something. He's got to be about it. Now, I'm curious. The back end of the road, the bullpen does not scare you one bit.
No. I'll tell you why. Devin Williams has been a top 5 closer in this league for the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Usually closers go on one, off one, on one, off one. I think last year was off. I think he's coming right back on. I think we're good. It's Diaz, Hader, Williams. Those are the best 3 closers in MLB over the last 5 years.
I think he scares me a bit. Luke Weaver scares me as an 8th or a 9th inning guy. I like what they've done in the middle.
He could be interchangeable, though.
Yeah. I guess that's fair. I'm not saying that Williams is terrible. Like, a lot of the Yankee fans want to make it seem like he's awful. I don't think that. It just scares me because the Yankees had to go out and get a bona fide closer last year. And it's not even like Bednar is amazing, but they had to go out and get a guy because they didn't trust these two. That's where my fear is at the most, is that back into the bullpen where and again, maybe it's an attachment to Diaz and it's going to take me some time to get past that.
Okay.
But I agree with you on the lineup. I actually don't, if they make a move for a bench player, fine. But I'm excited about the lineup and the mix of the young kids with the new additions. The rotation does have my concern. It's the bullpen that scares me the most. And
really?
I just, the back end, Weaver and Williams scare me. And I do agree with Williams.
Stearns wouldn't have signed Williams. I'm telling you, he knows. If he's shot, and he's shot like he was last year, Stearns would have never have signed him. I'm telling you, that's going to be our least concern. I'm worried about the rotation much more than the bullpen. Me.
That's fair. And I listen, I think that is not, I think those are the 2 big concerns. I think if you're a Met fan and you're concerned about the lineup, you either are too attached to the guys that were here, or, not to be cliche, you don't know ball. Because the added guys, like the Polanco move sucked when it was the response to getting rid of Alonso.
Right.
But now when you think about it, if you're viewing Bichette as an Alonso replacement and you're viewing Luis Roberts and Simeon as the replacement to Nimmo, which it would be more productive just on the numbers, Polanco's a great 5-6 hitter. You know what I mean? Or if he's your cleanup hitter and it elongates your lineup, he's a good player. He's not an all-star. He's a very good player. Bichette is great. And the thing that I love about Bichette,
clutch.
Yeah, and the amount of hits he gets. He strikes out a lot, but he averages like 175, 180 in the hit department every year. He's hit 200 times. You're going to have a top 3 guys who are going to live closer to 200 than they are, like, when it comes to how many hits they get. And I think that's an underrated thing to have in today's game. And then you have the fill-in spots. I think Alvarez hopefully takes not a huge step, but takes a step. They're going to get
stays on the field. Stays on the field.
And one of these young guys, I think, is going to separate themselves, whether it's Beatty or Vientos, Benj. I still think Mauricio is a talent. I don't know if he's really ready to be that guy. Beatty, I liked at times. I still trust Vientos. I didn't want them to be 3 or a third of the lineup, the 3 of them in there every day, where it's like, all right, I don't trust all 3 of these guys. And I'm excited to see Carson Bench if he's a major piece of this team. I've heard Beatty might play left field.
That's a little weird, but yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really live up to the run prevention stuff, but
right.
I'm more excited than I was 3 weeks ago. Like, I was dreading the start of the season, and now I'm excited again.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I don't want to take up too much of your time, so why don't you tell everybody where they can find you, how they can find you, and we will definitely do this again, by the way.
I'm always down to hop on, dude. I really appreciate it. And obviously I follow you. I've been, we've talked before. I'm going to be on tomorrow night on The Fan. I'm on after Rutgers, so 9, 10 o'clock till 2 a.m. You can follow me at, you can search my name. I know it's always tough to find me. You can search my name on Twitter or Pico_Day_Gallo on X and Pico de Gallo 24 on IG. I got a YouTube page. It's just my name, so you don't have to go crazy searching for it. And I'm pretty active. I shoot I don't really have a filter when it comes to my sports ideas. Like I told you today, I think Giannis is going to end up being with the Nets, but find me there.
I would not be shocked, and I would not be shocked.
Anytime you want to talk, dude, when we get closer to the season, I'm always down to talk baseball we could talk Knicks after the deadline. I appreciate you having me on, dude.
I appreciate you coming on, man. And again, if you're not following Anthony, follow him. Also, listen to him on WFN or on Odyssey if you're not in New York. So please follow him. And thanks again. Let's go, Mets. Let's go, Knicks.
Let's go, Knicks.
I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you,
brother.
dude.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate it.
All right. That was Anthony Gallo of WFAN. Awesome to get him on here, man. That was great. Appreciate we covered a lot of topics. Let me take a little break and I'm going to get right back to you guys. So let me take a little break. All right, I'm back. That was awesome to chop it up with Ant from WFAN. Back-to-back nights of people from WFAN. It was great. Anthony was here, and then we had Damer the other day. That was an awesome conversation, and it's good just to get their convo. Get to hear what they have to say about the Knicks, and where everybody stands. And right now, just to cap it off, I guess you could say, look, are the Knicks championship contenders right now? No. Would they win it? Would they win it all if the season ended right now? Probably not. But we have seen this team turn it up in the playoffs. They did it last year. Maybe it happens again this year. Maybe we go out and we get a bench piece. And we got literally 6 days to the trade deadline. Go out and grab that bench piece or a scorer or something like that, ball handler. Bring that here. Maybe that's the missing piece that gets us out of the East. It won't be crazy if Cat has another crazy season. So, crazy postseason. He's getting it together on the boards, and he's playing like a team. They're playing like a team again. So we're good there. And as for the Mets, we went over. There's a lot to like there. Anthony said he's worried about the bullpen. I'm not. I'm worried about the rotation. I'm worried about the Sangas, the Peterson, and Ayers. Because again, 2 or 3 of those guys got to come back to form. If they do, then we're going to be talking playoffs, 90 wins. If they don't, talking like a 500 team, I think. And again, a lot has to go right for the Mets. Robert has to be, come back to form. I mean, I don't think he's going to be 38 home runs, right? But he's got to be like 20 and like bat 240 or something like that. That's not much of an ask. Alvarez has to play. He can't be injured. He's got to hit. I want to see him hit 25, 30 home runs. He's capable. Beatty, he's got to do his thing. 20 home runs at least from him. 75 RBIs. I want to see him hit 270. Lots got to go right, but it will. But listen, I appreciate you guys tuning in. 500 plus you guys in here. Appreciate you guys. If you're not already, listen, go to Garden City. That's CITI Media on YouTube. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you like. I make the shorts. I put them out every day. So again, it's at Garden City, CITI Media on YouTube. Eddie Presti with you. Appreciate you guys. Good night, everybody.